Something that you guys should know is I literally have no idea what's going on. Are you kidding me? Never mind, I'll talk to you later. I gotta do a consult. I'm hiding in the bathroom again. But the lighting is good. Boom, my new balances. What is purpose at? I've looked better, but I've also looked worse, so. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Sab. It's actually podcast Sab back. I bought this mic and realized that I haven't been using it, so I thought now would be a good time to bring it back. So by the time that I'm filming this, it is currently the beginning of July, and this video was filmed starting March 16th, so we are quite a bit away from when this was originally filmed. I forgot that I had vlogged my first week in rural general surgery, and I was just going through my camera roll and I just found all of these clips, and I thought that it would be a real shame not to try and put something together. I don't have enough clips to make it a proper standalone vlog, so I thought I'd do, in true Claudia Sulewski style, kind of a combo of a bit of like a sit down reflective vlog while interspersing the clips that I do have from this surge vlog. So this was my first week in general surgery in rural Ontario. So to be honest, entering clerkship, I was probably the most nervous for surgery just because it gets a really bad rap. They work very crazy hours, calls are crazy, surgeons have a reputation, in general, not that it's necessarily true, but there is a reputation for being very strict, and they like to pimp you on anatomy and ask you all of these questions, and they're just, they have to be very intense people. Like, you need to have that personality to survive that kind of workload. And if you know me, I'm basically the antithesis of that. If anything, I'm too lax and too chill, so it's just not an environment that I would thrive in. So I really was afraid of surgery, and I think it was compounded by the fact that it was still Canadian winter and it was so cold outside, and that we would be moving away from the city and being away from my warm bed and entering this unfamiliar environment and doing surgery there. I was just really spooked out overall, so I wouldn't say that I was necessarily looking forward to this rotation, but alas, here we are. So I was very fortunate to be doing this rural surgery with my best friend Cecilia. Otherwise, I probably would have lost my marbles. The school was lovely enough to provide us accommodations, and so the night of, we drove over. It wasn't too far. It's about like an hour and a half away, and we moved in all of our things, and this is how that went. This is brutal, guys. I can help you, but my passenger. Oh, what the hell is that? You got Junkie and I. Hi everybody, this is where Cecilia and I are doing our rural general surgery. It's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. We start tomorrow and we just moved in. So here's a quick tour of the place. All right, Cecilia, hit us with a tour.
This is our kitchen area.
We're discombobbled, guys. We're so out of breath.
Pressure. Steam, it created a vacuum.
Oh, there we go.
Good. Oh my god, I have one.
Oh my god.
I don't know if this is it well.
I'm on keto.
Okay, so I don't have any.
That's good. So we have this beautiful arch window, this little hutch. Here's the dining room, here's the kitchen. And then over here is the living room, methinks. Okay, cozy. Honestly, I love the arch windows. And I like that it's recessed in. This is a little nice work area, another arch window, boom. This is the best room in the house, Sab's room. It's actually quite spacious, as we can see. I brought Junkie, of course, emotional support animal during surge. All the stuff that we lugged up the stairs, as you saw. I got this little closet. Sick. Okay, another recess window, a little chair. This is gonna scare me at night because I'm gonna imagine someone sitting there while I sleep. That's great. Okay, and I can unpack. And I got this and a little fan. There's the view outside. Not quite sure what that is. And the flashing light is gonna drive me insane, but that's okay. So this is gonna be our home for the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna give a tour of your room. Here's the downstairs. Okay, there's Cecilia's room. This is nice. I don't have this.
Yeah, this is nice. I can't lie.
There's something very European about your room.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
it's the doorknobs that are really low, so you have to like, bend over. That makes it really weird for me.
And you've got a little boob.
Actually, you're right. This is called me by your name.
Yes, this is called me by your name. Oh, to see without my eyes. So we had our very first day. So the first day was more so an orientation, just getting used to the hospital. Obviously, like all of us have probably been in a hospital at some point in our lives, unless you were birthed at home and never went to a hospital. It's just like the most confusing place ever. This place that we were at had different like sections of the hospital, like A, B, C, D, E, and then you had to go to A, but then this one was in B, the bottom floor of C. It was just so confusing. And so the first day was, the morning was kind of getting oriented and meeting the staff. This hospital that we went to was one of the newer builds. It was beautiful, floor to ceiling windows, really nice equipment. It obviously wasn't like a huge teaching hospital or anything. It was a community hospital, but it was beautiful. And then one of my favorite parts was their scrubs. They had these beautiful like pastel blue scrubs. It looked so good. I wear baby pink compression socks and white Birkenstock clogs, and it was a fit. I'm not gonna lie, it was a fit. I was fitted up. Give a scrub review. Wow!
I really like the scrubs. They're very soft and they're almost like linen.
Yeah. Also, I like the color. The Tampax in the corner really adds to the vibe. They also had these really nice scrub jackets. And if you've done surge or anesthesia or just been in the OR in general, holy moly, is it cold in there, y'all. It is so cold. So my advice to anyone, if you're going to be working in that environment, is that you should find a scrub jacket and hold on to it, because those are a hot commodity and you shouldn't get rid of it. Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Scrub pants.
Chanel.
Chanel.
Oh.
Mine's Maison Margiela.
Okay, my bad.
Vêtements. Shoes. Boom. My New Balances. Pockets are full. Boom. Stethoscope. Boom. Scrub cap. And then boom. And then boom. I am, let me hide this information.
Yeah.
I'm a general surgery student.
And I'm just a medical learner, actually.
And a big benefit of doing rural surgery, and is also the reason why we decided to do it, was because the ratio of learners to staff was a lot lower. Like when you're at a big hospital, you obviously have residents and fellows and a bunch of med students. Here in a lot of the surgeries, we were first or second assist. We scrubbed in every case, and there was just so much more opportunities to be hands-on in the surgeries, which is super duper cool. And then also the facilities were super nice. Like we had such a nice like student lounge with windows, and they had coffee. Like we were treated very well, to be honest. This is the like lounge.
Nice. I'd rather wash the dishes here than at.
I know. Do they have a scrub daddy?
They do.
Do they shut up? Do they actually? Oh, this is nice. I'm gonna be charting here. Dips on the computer. So yeah, that was the first day. The first day was kind of getting our bearings and figuring things out. We were gonna be there for the next 4 or 5 weeks or so. We needed time to get a better sense of what was going on. And so my second day of surgery, straight into the OR. Oh my gosh. Hi guys. So we're in the lounge. I'm just curled up in here before the next case. I feel like I haven't been talking in this vlog at all. This is what I get for trying to do a weekly vlog. I don't know how to film and I don't know what to film. So today is OR day for me. Oh my god, am I getting a text? Hey, there's a consult in Emerge. SBO, can you go see the patient? Okay, never mind. I'll talk to you later. I gotta do a consult. We were in gen surge, so we did, butts, bowels, breasts, all that fun stuff. We did a bunch of lumpectomies, which is where you remove a lump of the breast cancer out of the breast, and then you could do like a lymph node biopsy or an axillary node dissection. So we did a bunch of those. We did a bunch of colon stuff, Hartman's reversals. I can't even remember. Colectomies we did, like hemicolectomies. Hey guys, this is such a bad look. It is now like 3 o'clock. Yeah, 2:11. We finished up in the OR. The first case was cool. It was a breast lumpectomy and sentinel lymph node biopsy. You know, I was the best retractor holder the world has ever seen. And it was really nice. Like, the staff is so lovely. I'm so lucky to be with such girl boss surgeons that are so cool and inspiring and super duper kind as well. But now we have a gen surg consult. I'm now in the lounge reading up on the case. I'm gonna go see them and then present to my staff, and then I'm on call later today. So busy day today. Okay, I went to see the consult, and now I'm just putting the note together. Something that you guys should know is that I literally have no idea what's going on. Are you kidding me? I had to stop and think like where the ilium was. So now I'm trying to put together a coherent story. Like, obviously everything I do is going to be seen by my attending, so the patient gets proper care, but so much of medicine is me being like, I literally have no idea what's going on, but let me try and figure it out on my own. If you guys think I know what I'm doing, sometimes I do, but most of the time I really don't. And I just try my best to figure it out along the way. So slay. If we weren't in the OR, and we were in the OR quite a bit, we would do clinic. And so here in this hospital, they would have lumps and bumps clinic, which I thought would be like breast cancer stuff because it's, I don't know, like a lump in your breast, but turns out anything can be a lump. We did skin cancer excisions, we did hemorrhoid banding, a bunch of biopsies. Like, honestly, there were so many things. That's like the thing with these rural hospitals, is that it really is just Yeehaw County over here. It's obviously real medicine, but it kind of felt like cowboy medicine because everything was under the purview of general surgery. Yeah, so basically, just to give a rundown of how the day would typically go, we would get in at 7 in the morning. Good morning. Another day, another dollar, or whatever the kids are saying these days. We're back. It's Wednesday. It's 6 something in the morning. Let's get to the hôpital. Allons-y. And then we would round on our patients that were admitted onto the floor. Some of them are post-op patients, and we wanted to just monitor how they were doing, see if there were any post-operative complications. Some of these people, you know, came in from emergency the night before. Maybe they have small bowel obstruction, a large bowel obstruction, maybe they're bleeding somewhere in their belly. Those were a lot of the presentations that we saw. And then we would round on them, you know, ask them if they're eating, if they're peeing, if they're farting, if they're pooping, all that stuff, to see how they're doing. And then we would present that to our surgeon, and then the rest of the day would be either scrubbing into the OR and helping out with the cases wherever we could. Good morning, guys. It's OR day today. I'm gonna quickly get something to eat right beforehand so I don't pass out. So it opens at 9:15. Guess I'll just starve and die. We're obviously not really doing the surgeries, but we're definitely way more involved than you would be in a big academic institution. So we would do things like help suture, we would cut the sutures. Sometimes you would drive the camera for laparoscopic cases, like if you're doing a laparoscopic appendectomy or cholecystectomy, which is where you remove the gallbladder, and you would drive that. We're done in the OR. We just did a breast case, and now it's time for lunch. Okay, so quick debrief. I'm hiding in the bathroom again, but the lighting's good. I feel like people can hear me outside. So our first case today was removing a prolapsed internal hemorrhoid, and then the second one was a breast lumpectomy with a sentinel lymph node biopsy. I don't do much here, guys. I hold the retractors, I ask questions, I scrub in and all that stuff, but I'm not too involved, which is fine because there's like other learners and stuff. But it's really cool to be able to see these things and feel like I'm a part of the team. I'm just happy to be here. I'm tired all the time, but it's a pleasure, it's an honor. I started doing mascara because I looked so much like a man with the scrub cap on. Okay, let's eat something before our next case, which is a lipoma excision. Okay. You're eating like a Filipino with your one leg up.
I know, I thought I was in the comfort of being here by myself.
So we're done all the OR cases for today. I just sat in on like an exploratory laparoscopy for a small bowel obstruction, and we found out that it was because of like an adhesion. So they just lysed the adhesion, and then boom, everything's better, which was really cool. Now I'm just gonna finish up one of the discharge summaries for one of my patients on the ward. I'm gonna go up to go do that, and then I should be done. For her discharge meds, do I also include her home meds or just what we're giving her? Because she has so many home meds.
I think just what you're giving her, and then maybe you could say like
continue home med.
Or something.
Yeah, good idea. Are you a QID kind of gal or a Q6 Q6H kind of gal?
QID?
Yeah.
What the heck is QID?
Like 4 times a day.
Oh, QID. Oh, I see. Oh,
I think I'm a QID.
I think they actually mean different things though.
Really?
Because Q 4 times a day, I think that could be like 4 times when you're awake, and Q 6 hours like has to be every 6 hours.
What?
I think. I could be wrong, but
no, I believe you. I didn't know that. And here I am using them interchangeably.
Yeah, it might be the same.
No, it's probably not actually. I feel like I remember having this conversation with someone. Okay. Q6H then. I'm scared to see what's under the scrub cap. Waves. Wave check.
Wave check.
Yo, wave check. Wave check. I should put a hair mask and then my scrub cap.
Oh my god.
Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, beep, I'm drowning. I've been getting some questions on where my Birkenstocks are from. What are these? The EVA Birkenstock Essentials. And then these are my hospital shoes. And then when I go home, I switch them to my other Birkenstocks. And these are my Boston Birkenstocks. Ta-da! In clinic, I got to be a little bit more involved, especially with things like the skin cancer excisions or doing the biopsies or doing small stitches on the back or on the shoulder. That's something that I could do on my own with supervision, so that was really fun. It's nice that they gave us some autonomy to do things on our own, and I really felt like I was part of the healthcare team, which was super nice. And sometimes there were other things, like we could help out with endoscopies or colonoscopies, which is where you put the camera down the mouth or up the bum just to see what's going on in there. We would do consults throughout the day. So Cecilia and I would kind of split the shifts. So we would have one person who would be scrubbed in the OR and helping out with the surgeries, and then another person would be dealing with ward issues as they came up. Also, any consults that came from the emergency room or from internal medicine that needed gen surge, we would be the ones that saw them first. And I can't stress enough how much of medicine is just, well, at least as a third-year student, as a clerk, is just trial and error, because you would be the one doing these consults, and it's like, I don't know, I'm this kid that's coming in, hi, I'm Sabrina, I'm with Gen Surge, how can I help you today? And I'm just learning so many things on the spot, and a lot of it is faking it till you make it. You obviously have everything supervised by your doc and everything, but the fact that I'm the one doing the consults and I'm the one that they're sending to initially assess things like, I don't know, mesenteric ischemia and stuff like that is kind of strange to hear. But how else will you learn? And, to anybody that's watching this that is going to go into clerkship or, any kind of like clinical placement where you feel so out of your league or so far out of your depth, just know that this is the case for everybody. Like, we all start from somewhere and we all don't know what's going on. And it's only through forcing yourself through experiences like this that you actually learn how to become a doc. And it is quite surprising how quickly you adapt and how quickly you learn when thrown into an environment like this. And I think that's where pretty much 99% of your learning comes from, is from you just being out in the trenches and trying to make it out alive. And then the next time you see that presentation, you're like, oh yes, this is what happened. So, by the time you see your third small bowel obstruction, you know what questions to ask, you know what symptoms to look for, you know what you want to see on physical exam. So don't sell yourself short and be like, there's no way I'll be able to do this, because I thought that. And I was able to do it. And I passed the rotation. I don't know how, but I did. And you can do it too. Morning, everyone. Oh my god, my voice and my hair. Happy Friday. It's the last day of our first week in Gen Surge, and it snowed overnight. I thought it was getting warm. Like, I didn't bring a coat at all because I thought it was warm already, but here we are dealing with snow. So I woke up late. I sound like a smoker. And today's fun because The residents are not here, so Cecilia and I are the ones running the wards. And I woke up late. So we're gonna rush to the hospital. I'll see you there. I've looked better, but I've also looked worse, so. It's so cold. Okay, you run the show. Hit us with something. What do you want to say? What was it like running the wards in the morning?
Oh, what was it? Well, this is like an interview. It was
Yeah.
fine. It was actually nice running the wards. It's nice to have structure.
I
And I
know.
feel like all my patients were the exact same. Like they're all post-op patients that had a small bowel obstruction or like had a surgery and any pain.
Okay, anyway, Cecilia and I ran that ward.
Yeah, 6 patients.
6 patients.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 patients actually.
5 patients.
5 patients. We ran that ward, and then we ran it in the
Yes.
morning. And now I'm gonna go do an emerge consult. What is Percocet? So it's Tylenol plus. All right, guys, it is now Friday, March. Oh my God, yo.
3:30 p.m.
On March
Believe it.
21st, 2025, and this is the end to our first week of general surgery. Yay! Final reflections is that I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and I think that is mostly in part to the fact that the surgeons and the nurses and everybody else in the healthcare team that I worked with was so nice. They were so nice to us, and they were so kind and so understanding, and they provided great teaching, and they honestly created such a supportive collegial environment, which makes all of the difference. And so with this, I hope to kind of demystify what surgery is like in clerkship. I just thought of it as this big bad wolf that was unconquerable, and it would really wear me down, and I'd end up crying, and the surgeons would be mean. Yo, guys, it's chill. It's chill. Go in with a good attitude, study some things beforehand, and just be a good team player, and you'll be surprised how far that gets you. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to see how this comes together. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!